people, look who we have. Talky Tina from the Twilight Zone. This is her box, and I'm going to turn this into wall art. I'm going to link a video of how I do that. I think I did it with Skeleton in the Closet. We mentioned it with our 80s thing as well. I mean, if you pay enough, this thing was 300 bucks. Everywhere you look, it's 300 bucks. That's the inside. If you're thinking, did she already get out and start to kill people? She got out. It's empty, as you can see, but no killing people. She wasn't tied down too much. It was just a couple ties that I was actually able to get off with my hands and not having to cut it. And it didn't take 10 minutes, so that's actually cool. She comes with batteries installed. And this is her. I adore her. She's wonderful. I really don't like dolls, but this one is special. If you all know me and you're surprised that there's a doll, I might have to replace her hair with yarn eventually, but right now it's still doable. But this is Talky Tina from the Twilight Zone, and I think that, you know, even the actress who did the voice, she did the doll Chatty Cathy in the 60s that I only recently discovered about because I don't do dolls and I wasn't around. If you guys are new, by the way, Spookscribe, hang out with us. We're Morticia and Gomez. Slappy's usually here, but he's going to let Tina have the spotlight in this video. I do love this doll for a lot of reasons, but I'm giving it a 1-star review because it was $300. And she moves technically, but she does not sit very well. She kind of reclines a little, and I'm afraid to keep pushing it and break her. And for $300, it would just be nice if she posed better. Like, this is as far as I can get her to sit, and she's kind of like in a half reclining, and I have to push it. And I'm like, I guess I could keep pushing it, but I'm afraid I'll break her, and I'm not really interested in breaking a $300 doll. I'm just not. So if I want to kind of hold her like in a not standing, she's sitting. She actually did not come with this knife not included, but you can get it in a bag of dollar silverware at the Dollar Tree. We also have a bigger cleaver for her when she's in a worse mood. So, but I just think it looks cute when she holds the delicate one, like right now. Her and Chucky, like, we were worried they would have issues because, you know, Chucky, he talks, like, we have the talking version, and one of his lines is like, you're mine now, doll, so sit back, relax, and enjoy something. I don't know. We reviewed him before. Go look for it. Maybe we'll link it below if I remember. But I was like, you know, she's not going to be down with Chucky talking shit. Like, Slappy's not down. Slappy's like, why you acting hard when you just a baby? So, you know, he kind of won with him and Chuck, and I was like, I don't want him and Tina to have to rumble, so let's get her a knife, and she'll just be like, leave me alone, everything's cool. So, yeah. But she came with a hairnet on her hair, and I removed it, but I decided to actually keep it because in case I have to put her in a bag to take her somewhere or something, it might keep her hair from getting ruffled and messed up and, like, whatever. This isn't the most expensive hair. It's like the cheaper doll hair where it can go nappy and kind of mess up even if you try to brush it, so I'm trying to be careful with it so that I can rock it out until I have to replace it. But I found a place online. I have to measure her head to see if I can do it that has like crimped yarn wigs. So whenever it's time, we're going to do that. And she'll be so cute. Now her dress is very high quality, like a velvet, and it's lace, and it's very good quality. And her talking mechanisms are in the back. There's 2 switches. You'll see why. The 1-star, if you think, God, Morticia, that's kind of psycho, that I'm giving her a 1-star just because I can't sit her down. No, there's more. We have a grocery chain here called Grocery Outlet, and when they do commercials, they go, but wait, there's more, and they keep saying the good stuff, like about the savings and all. So, but wait, there's more. But what I do like is you have to turn her on with this, and then she talks by you turning this ring. But if you don't want it to do that accidentally, if it gets, like, turned, you just turn it off so it won't talk, and you can turn this, and it won't say anything because she's off. So, to make her talk, you turn this. I'm glad it's not a pull string because those always die eventually because I guess they use wax records. Or I don't know what they use that make it eventually wear down where it sounds creepy and yucky. So she uses 2 AA batteries, by the way, and they come inside her. So that's nice. But here's the deal. When she talks, you can barely hear her except on one phrase. And it's louder. It's like perfect. And the other ones are super low. And I saw somebody else review it, and I didn't think she sounded that loud when they did it. And I was like, maybe they're just not, you know, holding her up to it. I don't know. But then I'm like, oh, really? You are kidding. So you can hear her, but it's just not that loud. And for $300, you're telling me you couldn't make it louder? Oh, wait, yes, you could, because you did one phrase just fine. Trick or Treat Studios. And I was never going to buy anything from Trick or Treat Studios because, they made gremlin puppets, and we are gremlins obsessed. Like, they were like $200 or $300 too. And the guy reviewing them that I saw said it won't even stand up on its own. And I'm going, $300 for a gremlin puppet or whatever, and it won't stand up, really? No. No. So I was just never going to go Trick or Treat Studios. And this is an insane price for a doll. I mean, she's made from, quick history lesson before we let you hear how she doesn't get loud. The doll they used, they couldn't use, obviously, Chatty Cathy because they would probably get sued since they had June, whatever, that did Chatty Cathy's voice doing her. So they used this doll called Briquette by Blythe, and I think it was like 1959 or 1960. Yes, I do my research, y'all. She's 20 inches tall, just like that doll, and she's hard vinyl everywhere, and she has sleep eyes, so she can go to sleep at night and dream, and sit up, and that's her. Yeah, she has sleep eyes with real hair lashes. And so this is a real replica of that, which is lovely, except, again, just for you not to be able to hear it is not acceptable for $300. Don't take her shoes off, because it is very difficult to get them back on. So you can. They're leather, and her socks are cloth. They're cute. So, okay, here she goes. We're going to, did I turn it on yet? I just don't know. Let's see. No, I didn't. So that's how you don't have to have her talk. Okay, now she's on. I love you too. Do you hear how loud she doesn't get? We're going to go through all her phrases. Now what's cool is when you turn this, it doesn't repeat any phrases because it just kind of goes around like a clock. And when it repeats that first one, you can tell she's done. So she says, I want to say like 11 or something. I don't know, but let's check. That's one.
My name is Talky Tina, and I don't think I like you.
Don't piss her off, Trick or Treat Studios. She doesn't like you. Yes, because you charged a lot for me, and I sound kind of crappy. I have a tinny kind of sound to my voice, and it sounds like somebody recorded me straight off TV. It kind of sounds tinny with a little slight distortion, and if you watch the Twilight Zone episode, which we'll put a clip from YouTube on, you can hear her voice sounds better. It's the same voice, but I don't know what they did here.
My name is Talky Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
We understand.
I could hurt you.
Now see how that one got louder? That's the only one that does. It doesn't switch where it goes, I could hurt you, and you can hear the music in the background from the TV episode. And it was just like they did that one right and everything else. So it's not that her speaker got damaged in shipping or anything. Before anybody who loves Trick or Treat Studios wants to get all defensive on them. I don't do bad reviews as a whole, but I'm not going to pretend that it's okay when it's not. Like, just to anybody's behind is not cool. That's ridiculous for $300, and it did get loud on that one. And like, they didn't care, or did they just not bother to look? It's like you made something and didn't even check it over, and they want to sell it for $300 and send it to me on UPS. That I really detest UPS, but I'm not going to even go into that because that has nothing to do with this product. So.
My name is Talky Tina, and I don't forgive you.
That's right. You don't forgive them for charging $300 and not letting you get that loud.
I told you you'd be sorry.
Ha 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 ha. That means I'll go out of business.
You guys.
Ha ha.
I can stand it if you can.
I love that. I can stand it if you can.
My name is Talky Tina, and I'm going to kill you. My name is Talky Tina, and you better be nice to me.
That's right, Chucky. That's what she says to Chucky. And now here's what she says to us, and we go back around to the beginning.
My name is Talky Tina, and I love you very much.
Oh, we love you too. Yes. So that is pretty much Tina. Her arms go up a little. They could probably go more, but they don't seem to want to. And again, $300 doll, not going to press it if I don't need to, just for what point, you know. Gonna get her a few accessories. She would like a couple pendants so she can go bling bling with us, and we're going to do that. Maybe a jacket for the winter because the dress is really thick, but dolls get cold too. You know, you guys, this is me with a doll. For the right reasons, I can do it. I really can. And if you're going, what on earth would be the right reason? It's our witchy secret, but there was a very good reason, so. I can handle it when I need to. That's the whole thing about facing your fears. If there's like a legit reason to deal, I can deal. If not, it's like I don't need dolls in my life. I can avoid it. But like, hey, if there comes a reason that we need to get a doll, then we do. And she's lovely, and she's our friend, and she's cool. But The actress, I wanted to say the actress in the movie even called her like an evil doll, and I was like, how could you say that when you actually watched the plot? Like, the stepdad was really mean and evil, and she just got him. Like, he was not cool. So I was like, yeah. And Uncle Fester actually agreed because he loves the Twilight Zone, and he's not as into like horror as we are, believe it or not, other than like electrocuting himself and stuff. But like, he was like, yeah, she's sweet. He was bad. And I was like, you get it. Yeah. Because so many people shocked me because they were acting like she's evil. And she's not. Like, just be nice to her and don't be crappy and like throw her away and stuff. Like, that's not cool. So, yeah. But $300, she is well made and solid. But again, just like the movement is very limited. And I saw someone else review her. And he was trying to turn her head, and he did turn her head, but it had a lot of like squeaking sounds, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Her head does not need to turn. We are okay. I get worried enough trying to sit her down, and I just think that's ridiculous, and I'm just afraid, like, will her legs come off if I keep pushing it? And I do have her do that reclining thing, sort of, just so I can hold her easily in a car or something whenever, if she needs to go out, or put her in a bag. But for $300, you really could have made her a little more posable, Trick or Treat Studios. You really could have. And you could have made her sound a bit better, and they're going to get an Amazon review to that. I don't know if they just expected people to pay $300 to keep her in the box and them not to have to go through any effort. But, I mean, there are $20 dolls at Walmart that you can pose and hear that talk. So they're just, you know, being jerks because it's from Twilight Zone. I do like the black and white coloring because it's like the black and white TV series. There's another company that made the doll too, but they made her smaller, like shorter, and I'm not sure if the top of the body was cloth or not. The guy that reviewed her didn't really talk about materials. I wasn't that impressed. He just said you squeezed her at the top to make her talk, so I was thinking it might be cloth, and I don't like that. Plus, she didn't really look as accurate for screen to me, but she, different company. She was a lot more expensive too. And so if you look up Talky Tina doll, you'll see Trick or Treat Studios, and you'll see a different one. So if you want this one, it needs to be Trick or Treat Studios. She's more of an exact replica. And I didn't hear the girl in the Twilight Zone saying you could barely hear her, so probably not an exact sound replica. Burn. But, yeah, if you want the other one, it's more expensive. I've seen it from like 400 something to 1,000 depending on who's selling it. It's shorter and it works different, and I can't remember the company, but it was not Trick or Treat Studios. So there are two versions. So if you want this one, Trick or Treat Studios, it is taller. She's all solid vinyl with the hair and the sleep eyes, and again, she is made solid and well, and the clothes are good material and everything. It's just not meant to be played with or probably heard, which why that makes it worth $300. I really don't know. But I'm going to let Tina close out this video with her thoughts on it.